Thank you for joining me, Tilusha Vyas. In conversation with me today is Mr. Rajpal Singh Rathore. He's the president of the BJP branch in in Ireland, better known as OFBJP.
Yeah.
And he also helped organize the recent trip for our Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, to Dublin on 23rd of September 2015. Welcome and thank you for joining us at MATV studios here in London and coming over for this interview.
Thank you so very much. Thanks for invite.
First of all, Mr. Singh, Mr. Rathore Singh, please tell us, our viewers, more about your background and how long you've been the president of the BJP in Dublin.
Yeah. Actually, I came down to Ireland in 2013, and when I came down over here, we had election fever back in India, and Prime Minister Modi was actually declared as a prime ministerial candidate that time, and he was going for rallies throughout India. He was traveling and meeting people and campaigning about 2014 general elections. So when I came down to Dublin, I thought that we do not have overseas friends of BJP in Ireland, and I actually personally wanted to help Mr. Modi in his election campaign. And to do that, I thought that let's start overseas friends of BJP in Ireland, because we had a very strong overseas friends of BJP in UK, but we had nothing in Ireland. And keeping in mind that we had 26,000 Indians in Ireland, I thought that having something like OFBJP in Dublin would be really beneficial for our election campaign in India. So that is how this thought came in my mind, and I actually started Overseas Friends of BJP campaign in Ireland. We visited so many cities of Ireland, got people together, step by step, block by block, we build up this organization, and today it is a big organization and we all are very happy about that.
So you have been at the president for the last 2 years then?
Yeah, actually in 2013 when I started, it was not officially launched, but in 2014 after the election and after seeing our work, it was officially launched, and I was made as the president for Overseas Friends of BJP Ireland.
Before we talk more about the
Yeah.
BJP in Ireland, please tell us more about this visit on 23rd of September from our Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. I believe it took you at least 2 months in the planning for this visit?
It was because this was first ever visit in last 60 years, almost 60 years. We wanted to actually, it was a personal interest, because our organization was new in Dublin and we really wanted to give it a proper touch. So we planned so many things for this visit, and because the Indian diaspora is quite spread across the Ireland, so it was very difficult to reach each and every community over there. But Overseas Friends of BJP Ireland did their work, and we tried to kind of got all the people from all the counties, and we spreaded the news that the Prime Minister is coming down to Ireland, and we will have to give him an historic reception program, because he is a person who is kind of addressing 40,000, 50,000 Indians if he goes to US, or he's coming down to UK on 13th of November and he's going to address 70,000 Indians. So having those things in mind, we thought that we will be having a great program organized for him in Dublin. So it was very difficult to plan everything. Overseas Friends of BJP Ireland took it personally. Our team is quite vibrant in Dublin, and we all worked really hard to plan things like how we're going to work on this. Yeah, but Indian Embassy and all other organizations in Ireland, they also worked really, really hard, especially Indian Embassy. Having very small staff, they just worked 24/7 to assure that this event will be a very successful event. So credit goes to Indian Embassy and Indian Mission in Ireland.
But
yeah.
this trip to Dublin was also to further strengthen the economic trade and investment relationships between the two countries, as well as building on the recent progress in increasing education and tourism links. How important are these issues between the two countries, and why?
The main, because India and Ireland are not new, they have been, they had a very strong link. If I just name one lady, Sister Nivedita, she came down to India in 1900 and 5 or 6, I guess. She met Swami Vivekananda as well. And because we had a common enemy, British people, because Irish were fed up with British and Indians were same. So we had this link, but what happened is, like, after Pandit Nehru's visit in 1956, the link between the two countries were broken and the bilateral relations were not so great, I should say. It could have been much more stronger, but somehow those relations were not preserved, and we were thinking that we should have a very high profile visit from India side, because Irish ministers used to travel down to New Delhi, but not the vice versa. So this visit was very, very significant, because we have somewhere around 12,000 Irish people. They travel to India every year, and the tourism is between the two countries really great, because Irish people love India. But at the same time, we had so many other issues, like we did not have a direct flight or something like that, so it was very difficult. In education, so many Indian students are coming down to Ireland, because this is the gateway for Europe, and it is an English-speaking country. So it was very important for.
So the Indian students coming from India to Ireland.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do they study?
They are mainly in business. They come here for MBA. They come here for IT courses. Most of them are coming here for PhD as well, in pharmaceutical as well. Yeah. So Irish universities are mainly being, you just go into any university and you will have an Indian society over there, because huge number of Indian students are coming down from India to Ireland. So tourism, education, then business, because Ireland is doing quite well in IT, and India is hub for IT. So when it comes to IT, we have a very good business. So these were very main sectors where we had to actually concentrate, and I am sure that this visit has assured that we're gonna have so many things coming up now, because when Prime Minister Modi visits any country, they had so many things, like he has just started things, and now it will take a flight from here. So,
apart from the bilateral trade and migration, Mr. Modi also discussed terrorism with the Irish leader, Keddy. Yeah. What is your opinion on this?
I would say that because Ireland is the gateway for Europe, it's the responsibility of Irish government to support India when it comes down for terrorism, because it's high time now. We should actually stop differentiating between good terrorism and bad terrorism. There is no good terrorism, no bad terrorism, it's only terrorism. So as Mr. Modi, he always expressed his thoughts that terrorism is not a problem for one country, it's a global issue now. So I hope that the Irish government will support in all the aspects when it comes to terrorism, because very soon Europe is also going to have the same problem, and we have been fighting for terrorism for past 30-40 years now. So it's a great gesture that Irish government has assured that they're going to support India when it comes to terrorism, but we believe that Irish government will take proper steps whenever India needs them in terms of terrorism and any sort of help.
One of the discussions also involved India seeking Irish support for the UN Security Council seat.
Yeah.
How important is this aspect for India?
If you just go through the numbers, Indian forces are the highest numbers in UN peacekeeping forces. Now, I don't understand why a country which is contributing largest number of peacekeeping force in United Nations is being excluded from United Nations Security Council, because this council was like formed 60-70 years ago. The scenario has totally been changed now. If you see, economically the pole has been shifted. Politically things have been changed. Now US is not that much stronger. Russia has been collapsed. So in all these scenarios, India has actually emerged as an economic power. At the same time, India is a responsible democracy. So a country which is contributing in UN peacekeeping forces should be included in the decision-making body, because if one person or one country is actually dying, but the scenario is that you are not including them in the decision-making process. So it's
high time. India
it's high time actually. I would say, yeah, exactly. So I hope that Irish government will definitely support, because Enda Kenny, like Prime Minister of Ireland, has already shown their interest that they will definitely support India for UNSC. And not only Ireland, I guess every country, all of them, like wherever Prime Minister Modi is going, everyone has shown interest and they are ready to support. So it's mainly with P5 now that they should soon restructure the United Nations Security Council, and they should properly reorganize it and should give the representation of the countries which are actually working for a peaceful globe.
But surely there is also some kind of opposition from certain countries.
I am sure,
namely our neighbors.
Yeah, there will always be opposition from Pakistan, if I specifically name them, because they have already been exposed in front of the world when Abbottabad Osama bin Laden was caught and he was killed. Dawood Ibrahim, he is a terrorist. He is in Pakistan. Hafiz Saeed is in Pakistan. You know, they have been a source of terrorism. And when it comes to India, because India is it's a subcontinent, I should say, it's a responsible democracy and it's a big country, it's a huge country. When they see that if India can go into the UNSC, it would be very difficult for them to support that base of terrorism, and that is why they have been opposing the inclusion of India in the UNSC. But I guess this is the high time. World leaders should
show up.
Exactly, they should actually think that what is good, what is not good, and they should actually support India for UNSC seat.
Now, at that special reception that was also organized by the Indian High Commission in Dublin in honor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to meet the sizable Indian community in Ireland. Okay, we'll take a short break now. We'll join you on the other side in a short while after these ads.